Hello everyone, welcome to another Seed of the Week for Seeded Battle Factory. If you've not caught any of these before, the basic idea is that playing Emerald's Battle Factory is fun. It's a mode in the post-game where you draft a team of 3 Pokemon from a draft of 6 and then have to beat 7 battles in a row, and you can swap for a member of your opponent's team after each battle. But what would be also kind of fun is if we made it the same amount of random, but we all got the same amount of random. So the basic idea behind Seeded Factory is you can put in the Seed of the Week, which this week is Yor. You can set it to round 12, which is the round we're doing. And you can go and do exactly the same round as me. Yeah, it's just that simple. You'll talk to this guy, there'll be some debug information here, and when you get into the draft, you'll see exactly the same Pokemon as me. So we can both attempt the same round and see how we got on. Like, who did better, who did worse, what different approaches did we take. It's been really fun so far. Thanks for those of you that have given it a whirl. If you'd like to try it out, go and look at the link in the description. It's super simple to set up. And yeah, you can go and have a go and see what we did differently. Right. Level 50, round 12. Yeah, Seed of the Week is Yor. And first trainer has no type, high risk. Okie dokie. Let's look at the draft. Okay, starting off with a Tentacruel. Quirky Tentacruel. That is Tentacruel 4, I think. Definitely don't love this Pokemon, but it's kind of workable. Liquid Ooze. Yeah, I mean, probably prefer Clear Body, to be honest, but it's not the end of the world. Next up, that is Rhydon 3, I think. Bad at the numbers for some of these. This will beat a Blissey, this will beat a Snorlax, not to be sniffed at. Is that Xatu 4? I think it must be, yeah. We've got Worst Better Meganium 2 in Venusaur 2. Bright Powder. I really always feel like this thing should have lefties. Guess it's banking on Leech Seed. We've got Sceptile 3. And we've got Walrein 2. Okie dokie. Let's just chuck these into paint so we can look at them all a bit more holistically. Okay. Right, where do we start then? So, I think for my money, Sceptile 3 might be the best Pokemon here, which isn't saying much. It's not slow and steady, is it? No, it's no type high risk. Let's get that updated. Did I get the, yeah, that is Xatu 4. And that is Synchronize, okay. Synchronize generally better than Early Bird. Rhydon's ability doesn't matter. And yeah, there's no other choices. Okay, cool. Yeah, this is kind of an interesting draft. I mean, I think all of these are mostly usable, but not great. I think my immediate thought is Sceptile Rhydon Tentacruel. That it has some reasonable type coverage in it. It's got a mix of physical and special. It's got 2 fast Pokemon and a bulky Pokemon. It kind of feels like it works, right? Let's just think about the list of things we need to beat. How does that team beat Latias? Tentacruel 4? Tentacruel 4 is a really strange set. Attack, defense, and special attack. So, don't think it outspeeds the Latias, right? Oh, it does. Okay, that's good. So it can outspeed and 2-hit KO. the ones that don't have bulk. So that's something. And then I reckon Rhydon does pretty well here. Oh, it's Rhydon 3, not Rhydon 4. Rhydon 4, not Rhydon 3. Oopsie. Okay. So yeah, Uber kill them with Mega Horn. They do take me out with Ice Beam sometimes, even with the IV advantage. Maybe I need Wall Rain. Maybe I need Wall Rain. Guess the question is, does Wall Rain do this? Yeah, that's pretty good, I guess. Yeah, I guess what am I thinking here? I'm thinking I can't really see myself taking Xatu 4. There's nothing like a Raikou 1 that is super good except really needs an Earthquake switch out. So I think I can say I don't want Xatu. I think I probably always need the speed of Sceptile 3. And I don't want to have 2 grass types. Which kind of knocks out Venusaur, but I do think Venusaur 2 has some sleeper potential, so I guess I don't want to rule out too quickly. Let's get that question mark's just not showing up at all. Never mind. I guess I always take Tentacruel here. This is the Tentacruel that missed 4 out of 5 Hydro Pumps for me once and lost a run somewhere in the 80s or 90s. So I've got a grudge against it, and you've always got to factor in your grudges when you're drafting, for sure. I think I am possibly the player that likes Rhydon the most. So what would leaving that at home look like? Sceptile, Tentacruel, Wall Rain? I guess I could kind of see that. Like, Electrics get kind of... Like, I really need Sceptile for Electrics if I do that. And, like, is it knocking out a Raikou with that coverage Earthquake? No, it's not. So that'd be pretty bad. I just don't really believe in Wall Rain 2, I don't think. Psychics are pretty spooky with this team. I kind of have to take a hit with Rhydon and then just blow them up. I mean, I can do that. Rhydon is basically budget Marowak here. Okay, and what would a Venusaur 2 team look like? Would I be trying to set up Venu 2, or would I be trying to use it as kind of like a Leech Seed bot to set up something else? Like, I guess Venusaur and Wall Rain kind of have some synergy going on. Do worry about Psychic types, so I'm just being that passive and I can't hit things back hard enough, and set up as well. Like, landing a Leech Seed is all very good, but if Snorlax is clicking a bunch of curses, or Guard's clicking a bunch of Calm Minds, it's not gonna end well for me. So if I went like lead 10-4, Rhydon and Sceptile, how am I swapping out of that team into something better? I guess something like a Vaporeon or a Suicune on lead would work alright. I'm a bit Ice Weak in the back though. If I lead I guess I've got good switches for Sceptile. I've got a T-Wave switch, I've got a flying move switch, I've got a fire move switch. There was a reason I didn't want to do that though. What's the shared weakness? Tenta and Rhydon. Earthquake. Well, Rhydon's only sort of weak to Earthquake. Its defense stat is so high that so many of the Earthquakes are coverage that you can kind of just say, nah, not really. I think that opens up more opportunities for me, to be honest. I think I'm going to go for that. But I could definitely see a Venusaur 2 Walrein 2 team here as well. I think that's one swap away from being quite an interesting, slower core. Right, well, if you are staring at your screen saying, Dave, why are you taking this appalling team? Then I would urge you to pause and go and download the mod. And yeah, just jump in and give it a go yourself. Yeah, it won't be the worst thing for me to run into turn 1 and just get blown up. I mean, it's probably a Lati, isn't it? Which isn't a good spot to be in, but it is what it is. I believe in Crush Claw. Right, let's do it. See what we've got coming up. Psychic Dario, Hariyama. Okay. Not the least scary thing I've ever seen, if I'm honest. Oh, hang on. Just need to set up the overlay. That's Sceptile 3, Tenta 4, and Rhydon 4. So, pretty likely Yama 1 or Yama 3. Both of them are high risk, high return by them. Oh no, they're not high risk, high return by themselves. I always think Cross Chop's a high risk move, and it's not. But yeah, how much damage do we do? Ooh, not a lot. Not a lot, it turns out. I need to be a little bit careful here, because Yama 1 could counter. And I don't really want to run into a counter with Ace. So Ace does slightly more damage into Yama 1, but it's pretty even across the other ones. Yeah, so Yama 1's clicking Fake Out or Counter. Yama 2 is clicking Cross Chop for like 75%, and I'm not 2-hit KOing. That's pretty bad, isn't it? Yama 3, like 80 to 95%. Yeah, hang on. This doesn't stack up. I think we need to bring in our Fighting Resist. Kind of embarrassing for Sceptile 1 that it gets thunked on so hard by a fighting type, even with the IV disadvantage. But it is what it is. I mean, Tenta's gonna die to an Earthquake after this Cross Chop. Yeah, this is kind of nasty. I think I might need to rip a Leaf Blade and just kind of try and revenge. Sceptile does die into Fake Out into Cross Chop. But I think I probably just need to deal some damage here. I don't think I can hope that it's a set that is easier to beat. Yeah. Really regretting not taking Xatu right now. Believe it or not. Yeah, I think we have to Leaf Blade. If they Fake Out, I'll be able to help them damage roll, whether it's 1 or 4. And then we can take it from there. I think that just has to be the path. Okay, it is Fake Out. That looks like Hariyama 1 damage. What's that done? 25. Yeah, that's a low roll from Hariyama 1. So this is Hariyama 1 with Cross Chop, Rock Slide, Counter, Fake Out. Now, there's a kind of AI bug where they like countering on special types that didn't attack last turn. And I think a flinch counts as not attacking. So I would really like it if they counter. And if they do counter this turn, I probably Aerial Ace next turn. That's a good crit. Yes, perfect. Okay. So I used a special move last turn, so they really don't want to counter this turn. But I would like them to counter next turn, because they've got Focus Band. So let's just take a look-see here. They are at 17/48. So that means 17/48 of 226. They're between 81 and 84 HP. So I cannot knock them out with Aerial Ace. Does it matter that much if I bait a counter next turn, or would I rather just use the high crit chance of Leaf Blade to try and knock this thing out? I'm Scope Lens, right? So this is a 1 in 4 crit. I think that must be better. Yeah. Back-to-back crits. Easy. Let's do it. Oh, they all want to counter because they're low HP anyway. Okay. Don't crit me, please. Nice. I'm now in Overgrow, which is pretty big. I don't see a reason to just ace to save PP. Okay, nice. No Focus Band. That was a scary lead. Well. I outrun all of these with the IV advantage, and surely I KO even the bulky ones with Overgrow. Yeah, I do. I would quite like to know what this is. I guess if they get Bright Powder, we might know what it is. Okay, Starmie has no high risk, high return moves on any of its sets, so this Pokemon must have a high risk, high return move. So does that mean it must be... no, Kang has a few high risk, high return sets, right? Ooh, why can't it be Kangaskhan 1 with counter? Oh, because that also has Focus Band, same as Hariyama 1. Okay, so this is Kangaskhan 3, Reversal Endure, Thunderbolt, Earthquake. This is such a sad set. Cool, so they see a kill with Earthquake, which they're going to go for. My Overgrow Leaf Blade is going to put them into the range where they want to Endure and Reversal. So clicking Leaf Blade in here has a pretty good chance to end poorly. But kind of any damage into an Earthquake from Rhydon is a KO. And yeah, with Aerial Ace, a crit doesn't put them in Endure Reversal range either, so let's just go Aerial Ace. Nice and simple. I think if both my Pokemon literally min roll, I might not get this kill. But I think even if that happens, I'm probably okay. Okay, Earthquake. Yeah, fine. They do not kill with a crit. They do not have King's Rock. This should be it. Nice. Okay. I don't think this team can beat Noland. So I am tempted to take a really big swing on a Mystery Starmie. I think it is pretty much true Mystery. Would they have like all come in ahead of Kang. No, they wouldn't, right? Kang has a fighting move, which gets stabbed from Yama. So Kang would have come in over any Starmie that doesn't have a ice move, right? But that's not what the buddy's telling me. So I'm a little bit confused about that. Reversal's a fighting move for sure. Yeah, I think there might be a bug in the buddy here. So, I think Starmie must have had an ice move. I don't see any other way it could outscore. So I think it's 3, 4, or 7. No type. High risk. I think I'm going to risk it because I really don't like Tentacruel 4. Truly, I dislike Tentacruel 4. I could take Yama 1 over Rhydon. I'm not sure. No, I think I want a powerful Earthquake. And Yama 1 doesn't bring an Earthquake, let alone a powerful one. Okay, so let's just think about this again. Sceptile knocked out Hariyama. I don't see why Starmie would come in over Kang unless it had Ice Beam. Yeah, this isn't making sense to me. I'm missing something. But let's... Gonna trust my understanding, and we'll see what happens. If this is a Starmie without Ice Beam, then it is what it is. This reversal is definitely a fighting move. Ludicolo. Okay, no, I just don't know what's going on then. Okay, I mean, Starmie 5 is fine. And we are up against a Ludicolo in high risk, high return. Interesting. Right, feels like it's probably just Aerial Ace, right? No, Leaf Blade does slightly more. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. What's Leaf Blade's base power? This gen 70. So it's effective 140 versus Aerial Ace. No, sorry, it's effective 105 versus Aerial Ace's 120, but special attack's a bunch higher. Yeah, okay. Yeah, cool. That makes sense. Yeah, I think I just Leaf Blade here. I'm pretty chilling into 3 and 4, because I can just Aerial Ace it down after this turn if I need to. Ludicolo 2 with Ice Beam's probably the scariest, but let's send some damage. Ludicolo 2 has Shell Bell as well, that's pretty relevant. I was looking at my Overgrow calcs, I'm an idiot. Okay. Well, now I'm in Overgrow. Yeah, no, I should have spotted that one. Right, in which case, do we deploy Starmie 5? I mean, it's not great. It's not great. I think I might need to sack Sceptile here unless it pulls a crit out of the bag. And then revenge with Starmie. Yeah, it's not impossible, but quite hard for there to be a particularly scary grass in the back. So yeah, let's Leaf Blade. Come on, crit, 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 crit. Yeah, I believed in you, Sceptile. Possibly more than I should have done. Machamp, okay. Glad we've got that Psychic. I think if I swap into a crit, probably just lose. So let's not do that. Let's Leaf Blade some more. Okay, that's fine. That did quite a lot. I feel like that's one of the no bulk ones. Let's see. What do we do? Got it down to 13 pixels. So I did 71 to 73%. Yeah, that's a no bulk Machamp. So 3 or 4. Which is very unlikely given this is high risk. But I guess makes sense to switch into Sceptile. Given they have some super effective coverage. So there's a Scope Lens and there's a Quick Claw there. Rhydon underspeeds by 1 point, so this is pretty clearly just go Starmie. Let's surf for PP preservation. Electrode. Okay. Feeling pretty chill. We should just go Rhydon straight away so we avoid any explosion nonsense by them taking out Starmie and then like crit exploding or something. I'm not sure that was a actual way I could lose realistically, but no, it wasn't. Still, somewhat good hygiene, for want of a better word. Okay, cool. Oh, had to be Electrode 4 because it had to be double high risk. Yeah, that makes sense. Electrode 4's kind of a good set. It's fast enough. It can take out some things. But I don't think I want it. Ground, okay. I mean, I feel pretty good. Ground unrestrained is interesting. So many ground types have loads of high risk moves. Like Swampert, obviously I've got Rhydon, but like Donphan with Fissure. But no, I think my team is pretty well placed into them. It's where having Sceptile in the back would have been useful for switches, but it is what it is. That's not a ground type! Right. Does Sceptile die to any of these Ice Beams? I think and hope not. Doesn't look like it. Which one has Icy Wind? Is that 5? So I don't need to worry about it because 5 doesn't exist in level 50. Yep, okay, cool. So yeah, I think this is pretty clearly just get some damage with Leaf Blade and then see what's up. Am I worried about Leaf Blade PP into Suicune 2? Like, maybe, but I probably need to do it anyway. Yeah. Okay. No Protect at least, but Suicune 2 is very hard to work out what it's going to do. So we could see double team here. Okay. Never mind. Never mind. I mean, it is a high crit rate move in the Scope Lens, but even so. If I was AI, I think I'd be feeling pretty scammed by this thing. Okay, so it is not Suicune 2 because a crit did not kill there, because it's just that bulky. But yeah, I would have taken out the other ones. And now we have a Marowak coming in. I wonder if it's Icy Wind Marowak. I reckon Sceptile clears even bulky Marowak 1 here. Oh no, not always. Well, we can just crit again if it's Marowak 1. Easy. Okay, no crit. So it was 2, 3, or 4. All of which are max speed, max attack. And then Claydol. Okay. Probably can't be Claydol 2, right? Because of setup moves. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, most likely to be 4 because 3 has Ice Beam, so would have wanted to switch in over Marowaks that didn't have Icy Wind. And why does the buddy think 4 is so much more likely than 1? Because 1... Oh, because of, yeah, setup moves. Setup moves? Maybe. Not sure. Right, either way, Sceptile is taking care of business this round. Another crit. So unnecessary. So another part of how the seeded runs work is that everyone starts the battle on the same like RNG frame, and the way the facilities work in general, even outside the mod, is that there's no like rolling RNG progression in the background. So if you do the same, if you take the same actions, the same thing will happen, even if you wait for like 1 second or 5 minutes. So it's quite possible that other people are just critting their way through all these battles with the lead Sceptile. Got no type, high risk. Okay. Now, if I knew that was Claydol 4, I would almost certainly take it over Rhydon. But I don't think I want to. Yeah, if it's 1 or 3, that's pretty bad. Like, do I take Suicune 3 or 4 over Starmie? Ice Beam might be nice. But Psychic is pretty nice too. Yeah, it's a tough one actually. 123 speed. It's pretty good into all the trainers before Noland, but it's pretty bad at Noland itself. I think I keep Starmie. I think that makes sense to me. Regirock. Does someone want to get crit? I mean, yeah, I just always Leaf Blade here. I'm not going to calc it, but I don't believe any of these can kill me with anything. Okay, perfect. No effect and lots of information, just what we like to see. Okay, so this is a Quick Claw set. Quick Claw Explosion. Do I want to go Rhydon into Quick... Assuming they're going to Quick Claw it... Well, assuming they're going to click Explode and not wanting to risk Sceptile. There's certainly an option. But if they Earthquake this turn, and then Quick Claw Earthquake next turn, I look like a real fool. Oh, but they will Rock Slide, and Rhydon takes nothing from that. Yeah, I think this is worth it. What are their chances of exploding here? What are they at? 60, like 30%-ish? If the user's under 80 HP, yeah. If the user's HP is under 31%. Yes, they're really quite likely to explode here. I think it's probably like a 15% chance I just lose my Sceptile. I don't think I want to do that. I think I'm going Rhydon. Go on. Blow up, blow up, blow up, blow up. Got him. Well, sort of. I'm going to take about half from this. Almost exactly half. Oh no, a bit under. Snorlax. Okay. Suddenly wishing I hadn't taken a whole bunch of damage on Rhydon. Is kind of my Snorlax answer. Oh yeah, and Switch AI is weird with Explosion, isn't it? Okay, so Snorlax 6 has Counter. And I would really like to not run into Counter. But if I do run into it, I can probably go and follow up with Sceptile or Starmie, so that's okay. And I think I really want to get damage down against Belly Drum Snorlax 8 or Curse Snorlax 2 or Double Team Snorlax 1. The alternative is I try a cheeky Horn Drill, but no, I think I just want the damage. If they counter me here, they counter me here. Okay, Snorlax 1. I mean, unless I get very unlucky, that's fine. They've only got Facade Shadow Ball and they're not doing much to Rhydon. I think it's like 3 hit KOs. So I think I just keep clicking Earthquake. Okay, that's nice. I think this is probably a roll. Okay, sweet. Umbreon. Umbreon 1 or Umbreon 3. Umbreon 4 has leftovers, and Umbreon 2 has leftovers, I think, so that makes sense. Umbreon 3 is a total joke. Shadow Ball, its only attacking move, and it does a maximum of 8%, so I'm not too worried about that. Umbreon 1 with Confuse Ray, Feint Attack, Double Team, Baton Pass. Yeah, I don't really want that getting a bunch of stacks of evasion, so again, let's just Earthquake. Okay, cool. Umbreon 3. Very hard to see how we lose to this. That's Mega Horn for style. Quick Claw Horn. That's what the people want to see. Now, Snorlax 1 is a much better Pokemon than Rhydon 4. But I think I really need the powerful Earthquake on this team. I don't think I can really support Snorlax 1 setting up, and I think Snorlax 1 works on generally works better on more bulky teams, which I don't have. Let's see what the phrase is. No type, free spirited and unrestrained. Okie dokie. What about Regirock 2? Earthquake, Rock Slide, Counter Explosion. That's interesting to take over Rhydon, actually. Earthquake's going to hit about half as hard as Rhydon's, though, and that's a pretty big deal. no stab and then 200 attack versus 151 attack. Here's a chunk more bulky, and explosion is really useful. I think I believe in Rhydon. I think when your other two Pokemon do well against water types, you're pretty solid. I mean, like, grass poisons are pretty bad for me, to be honest. Okay, Meganium. I don't think Meganium really hits Sceptile. Oh. So, is this just like 3 Aerial Aces? I think it might be. Yeah, it's kind of awkward with Endure, Flail, Meganium 3. Might have to find another way to handle that. Might be something weird like Aerial Ace, Earthquake, Ghost Army, Click Psychic. Body Slam could be annoying. I think we just Ace though and see what happens. You can learn stuff from damage rolls here. Okay, it's Meganium 2. I mean, we can we swap store this out of everything? And is that better than just hitting Ace? Aerial Ace has got 20 PP. This can't deal damage to me. Yeah, let's just Ace some more, I think. Because Meganium 2 can get into a situation where it just doesn't really have any moves to click, and that can make your swaps a bit dangerous. Leech Seed, Substitute, Double Team, Grass Whistle being those moves. So if your Pokemon is asleep and is immune to Grass Whistle, and is immune to Leech Seed, and they've got a Substitute and they're at +6 evasion, they're going to be clicking a bit wildly. Wow, just going for all the double teams, eh? Surprised they didn't click a Grass Whistle there at all, but not complaining. This has truly been Sceptile 3's finest hour so far. I don't love that, if I'm honest. Espeon doesn't have any super effective hits, and with the IV advantage I outspeed. Oh, and I do 2-hit KO with Earthquake. Okay, that's good. And it can't... Why can't it be Espeon 4? It can't be Espeon 4 because Meganium 2 has 2 slow and steady moves, and Espeon 4 has Attract. Okay, that's fine. Espeon 1, I don't 2-hit KO with Earthquake. Espeon 2 and 3 I do. So what happens if I Earthquake Espeon 1? And they Psychic me. I think I'll be able to tell from the damage roll which one it is. Yeah, damage rolls in both directions because Espeon 1 is bulky and has no special attack investment. Espeon 2 is not bulky and has no special attack investment. And Espeon 3 is not bulky and has special attack investment. So yeah, I should always be able to tell which one's which. So if it's 1 and they throw a Psychic at me and I've done under half, I think I can just go to Starmie, and then will I clear up with Surf? I'll clear up with 2 Surfs. Oh no, wait, hang on. I'm looking at the wrong set. Yeah, I might clear up with Surf. Oh no, I should clear up with Surf. Okay, yeah, cool. So that's a good plan. Do I just Leaf Blade? No, I don't. It's not a reliable 2-hit KO against 2 and 3. Okay, that's Espeon 1 for sure. Okay, it's gonna click Psychic again. Crit doesn't kill, but this does do like 40%. No Spadef drop, that's big. Right. Do I KO here? 25. That's the maximum, like 54%. If I super low roll here, I think it could live. That's probably okay, just about. Okay. More crits. Even without scope lens. Lovely. Blastoise. Okay. So it has to be Blastoise 1 or 2. Why does it have to be Blastoise 1 or 2? Because 3 and 4 have Ice Beam, would have come in over Espeon on Sceptile. Yep, that makes sense. So can I just recover spam on this? Blastoise 1, nope. Does a crazy amount with Bite. Can see a kill with Bite. Dang. And Blastoise 2. Just about can't see a kill with Mega Kick and is probably going to Mirror Coat. So I think a recover here is fine. I go from being in range to dead to being in range to dead. And I should be able to get a Psychic off next turn, so that's all fine. So yeah, let's recover. See what's up. We want to see Mirror Coat here, really. Okay, it's Blastoise 1. That's fine. Okay, so Sceptile does a minimum of 62. Psychic does a minimum of 42. So... and with Shell Bell, they'll heal... what is it, an eighth? An eighth of the damage? So they'll heal 5. Yeah, no, that should be fine. Guess I could have light screened. I don't think it matters. More crits. Just crits everywhere. But this should be fine. They've got Shell Bell, they don't have a Hacks item. Leaf Blade's perfectly accurate. Okay, cool. You see so many fewer legendaries in level 50. In open level, it feels like it's an average of like 1 every 2 battles, and sometimes it's way more, and in level 50 you just don't see them. I'm sure I've cursed myself by saying that. Okay, battle 6. I think we're still keeping this squad. Water type, high risk. Okay. Obviously, Rhydon's a huge liability against waters. Sceptile is pretty good against most waters. I think it might struggle against the Slow Twins. Oh no, I do alright. I mean, I could try and do some Meganium 2 gaming here. If I did, I think it would be over Rhydon, not over Sceptile. But I don't think I need to do that. I think this team works fine. In the past, I've been a bit disappointed by Sceptile 3, just kind of like not doing quite enough damage because it's mixed attack and special attack investment. But I guess if you just crit every attack, it doesn't really matter. Okay, Swampert, the classic water high risk mon. Every single set has at least 1 high risk, high return move with 3 counters and 2 mirror coats across the 4 sets. We just Leaf Blade this. There's nothing to think about. Good start. Ampharos, okay. So we do not have a water type with an Ice Beam in the back. That would have come in here because they like to send in Pokemon that have super effective moves on us but are weak to our typing. So, oh, I guess Tentacruel maybe. But anyway, very likely Ampharos 2 or 4 with Fire Punch to come in here. And 2 also has Focus Punch. So I could stay in, but I don't think I see any benefit in doing that when I have a whole Rhydon and there's a water Pokemon in the back. I guess switching into... No, we're never going to focus punch there. Oh, it's Ampharos 3, okay. Interesting. So yeah, there is... Ooh. What does that mean? For Ampharos to come in on Sceptile, that means the water Pokemon in the back needs to not have a water or ground move? Or an ice move? But that's like not any Pokemon. Oh no, Amphi's got Iron Tail. Okay, that makes more sense. Okay, yeah, so just not having Ice Beam then I guess is enough. Okay, and last but not least, it is Wailord. So this has to be Wailord 2, I think the buddy's going to tell me. I think the others have ice moves. Oh, Wailord 3 doesn't. Yeah, okay. Womp Womp, I do not outspeed, but I click Earthquake in case it's Wailord 2, which only has double edge as its attacking move. Okay, Wailord 3. Fine, this thing's a bit of a demon. Hydro Pump Fissure, Double Team Rest. You can definitely lose to Wailord 3. But the way to beat these sets is generally just to hit them before they get evadey. Okay, cool. Aerial Ace does not kill here, and they're going to want to rest, so we just risk the miss. Sceptile. Absolutely killing it. Gotta move this thing up the tier list for sure. Okay, so that is a mystery Swampert. Full mystery, could be any set. We have no idea. Going into Noland. Okay, so I think the only choice here is, do I swap Rhydon for Swampert? No, I don't think I do. Is that crazy? This team really would like an Ice Beam. I think even with Swampert, I'm not probably just going to lose to Lati if Noland has one. I guess, like, Salamence is another thing to think about, but Rhydon kind of handles Salamence. Switch it into an Aerial Ace, drop some rocks on it when I'm not intimed. I think I keep the IPs. I'm gonna make a save state because I think there is quite a high likelihood here that I just get bodied by Noland, and I will come back and see if swapping Rhydon for Swampert would have helped me. Obviously, I will have extra knowledge, but yeah. I mean, I could take Wailord. No, I don't think I want to. And Sceptile and Starmie will really fall off against Noland because they're... Well, Sceptile should still outspeed a whole bunch of stuff, but Starmie won't, and it probably won't pick up a bunch of 2-hit KOs and will get 2-hit KO'd in return. So Starmie's feeling a little bit suspect. I guess I could swap Starmie for Swampert. I think that just makes my water matchup even worse. I'm going to keep. Bring it on. Okay, what you got for me, Noland? Let's start with another Swampert, please. Or a Quag. For Alligator, okay. I mean, There's Aerial Ace for Alligator, right? For Alligator 1. No way that one-shots me, right? No, it doesn't two-shot me. Super duper. For Alligator 4 with Ice Beam. No, seems alright. Yeah, this is just... Come on, Sceptile. I'm asking you once again to crit for me to make my life easier, please. Got him. Oh, well. Scope Lens, high crit rate. Lovely. Oh, yes. Jolteon. I'm feeling very vindicated in my team building choices right now. Confirmation bias. What's that? Yeah, this is obviously very close to a perfect start. Okay, it is Jolteon 1. Literally cannot do any damage to Rhydon at all. It could attract and waste some time, but it can't even bite me or anything, so let's just yeah, let's use both of those. There's the attract. Okay, we got him. Okay, last Pokemon, and Jolteon coming in on Sceptile is really interesting as well, because yeah. Ooh. No, thank you, Espeon. I think Rhydon takes out every Espeon with Earthquake. It does. Oh no, it doesn't. That's not how numbers work. So it takes out Espeon 2, 3, and 4 with a single Earthquake. Does not die to their Psychics, and they will want to Calm Mind. I think that is much better than trying to Mega Horn, which would also take out 1. I think if I just get an Earthquake off here, I am winning pretty much no matter what. Okay, Calm Mind. That should be GG. We'll either knock them out or knock them low. And then Sceptile outspeeds to clear up. Nice. Wow, that was a very uneventful Noland. I did not take any damage. That's pretty rare. Cool. Right. That was an interesting round. I don't think I saw any legendaries or pseudo legendaries for that entire round. No, there was that Suicune, wasn't there? There's the Suicune I didn't take because I kept Starmie. But yeah, I guess that's level 50 for you. Like, there's just such a lower density without Dragonite and Tyranitar, and 2 fewer of the birds and beasts. Yeah, cool. Anyway, yeah, Sceptile 3. Move it up your tier lists, folks. Yeah, that was an interesting round. If you gave it a go, please drop a comment. Also, yeah, like the video if you don't mind. Appreciate it. I'd love to hear how you got on. Yeah, I think I'd be a little bit surprised if anyone took Rhydon to the very end here. I think I believe in Rhydon quite a lot more than anyone else does, but hey, I was vindicated today at least. But yeah, don't know. Cool. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll catch you next week. Bye.